I'm going to ask y'all again. Quick spot check. How y'all feeling? Do y'all agree with everything I've said so far? Are y'all disagreeing with the previous 4 parts to this little mini series that I'm doing of Stop Snitching? I'm telling y'all, man, some of this shit annoys me. Some of this shit annoys me. Drop a comment, man. How y'all feeling? But we here, number 5. This one's going to be an overacting citizen, because we gave an example of what it is to be a citizen. We used like DJ Academics, right? I'm going to say that this particular category now is an overacting citizen. And another word or another term to put on an overacting citizen could just be a tattletale. Remember how we grew up? Mommy and daddy said, don't be a tattletale. Maybe some of your friends said, don't be a tattletale. How do you label somebody as being a tattletale and not put them in the same category as being, let's say, somebody that's performing civil duty? We gave that example before. Or we also gave the example of incriminating, right? Just giving information that can possibly put somebody else or yourself in jail. The tattletale, to give a different lane from the prior, there's nothing to gain for a tattletale. They're not even doing it from the perspective of civil duty. Once again, civil duty. I'm calling 1-800-Crime Stoppers because I saw the face on the FBI's most wanted of a rapist at a nearby school. Civil duty is what people are performing when they do that. Okay. Tattletale has nothing to gain. I don't feel within my heart I'm performing a civil duty. I don't feel like it's gonna benefit me in any way. I just feel like putting this information out there on somebody. Period. Let's say I'm driving through Staten Island. Now, I'm from Port Richmond, and let's say everything that I know, love, and care about, including my life, my home, my friends, my family, are in Port Richmond, right? Let's say I got to go to the other side of the island. Let's say I got to go to Toad Hill. Let's say that there's a store out there, that I want to grab something from, and it's nowhere in my area of the island. I got to drive all the way out there for this. So I'm driving. I leave my area of Staten Island. I get, let's say, 40 minutes away. I'm in Toad Hill, and I get to a stop sign or a stoplight. And while I'm there, I look out my window of my car, look to my side, and I see a group of dudes on the corner, and they're shooting dice, right? They're not hurting anybody, but they're shooting dice. Now, let's say light turns green. I pull off. I continue to make my way to the store. While I'm at the store, I pull out my cell phone. I call 911, right? And I say, yeah, I was just on this corner XYZ here in Toad Hill. I seen some guys gambling because gambling is illegal in many places. I think you should go look into that. Now, that's the example that I'm giving of an overacting citizen or a tattletale, because there's nothing to gain there. There's nothing to gain there. If you notice, the example that I gave of what these people was doing was gambling. I could have said dealing drugs. The reason why I didn't use that is because if I'm driving through Toad Hill, and even if it's not my area, and even if I have nothing to be concerned with in Toad Hill, right? If I give the example of like, I look out and I see these guys dealing drugs, you can still have certain people that's going to classify that as, like, let's say, civil duty, because they say drugs bring down communities. They tear down communities. They hurt people. They kill people, right? You could say that, listen, even though this is 40 minutes from my area of the island, these people doing drugs might get high and decide to come to, they say don't shit where you eat. They might get high and drunk or whatever. They're doing drugs over there. They might come to my area and break into my crib. My civil duty, I want them off the street. Drugs tear down communities. I'm calling 1-800-Crime Stoppers, right? So I didn't give that example because I feel like that's in that category. The whole tattletale category, though, when I use shooting dice, is because I feel like nobody is being harmed. Yeah, a lot of cops that'll probably drive past that themselves, see them shooting dice. And if it's a bad neighborhood, they'll probably hop out on them maybe. Hey, yo, clean this up. Y'all, everybody get up out of here. Dice game is over. I don't want to see nobody here next time I bend the block. All right, maybe shit like that happens. The cops themselves may not go to hell and back and having to deal with paperwork and arrest the whole corner, whatever, because you've seen these guys shooting dice over a couple dollars, right? But let's say gambling is illegal where they're at, right? So nobody's really getting hurt by it. It's not really affecting nobody. You could really classify that as that's a contained situation as far as breaking the law. You make that call and say, yo, they over here on this corner and they shooting dice. You're a tattletale. You're a tattletale. Okay. But once again, we're making these examples and we painting these pictures and we creating all these different lanes to stop y'all from calling everything snitch. And some of y'all don't even understand these different lanes that we've jumped into so far. If you could understand them, do your homework on them, or maybe you've lived enough to realize what I'm saying is maybe equivalent to what you think and what you've experienced and what you believe, and your background matches it as well, then at least we could start fucking helping to say not everybody's a fucking snitch in these situations. Some of them are just incriminating. Some of them are citizens. Some of them are doing civil duty. Some of them are just tattletelling, because tattletelling to me isn't the same as a snitch. We're already saying that a snitch is in trouble. A snitch is involved or was involved in criminal activity. Okay? You're not a snitch for calling 911 saying that my car was just broken into. You're not a snitch. Okay? So in this particular example, in this particular video, we're given the difference of a tattletale. Y'all raising kids out there, I would suggest highly, when you teach your kids, don't be a tattletale. I think that kind of goes hand in hand with trying to teach people some of the character trait of minding your business. That's the parallel. Mind your own business, okay? Because you can get yourself into shit by just jumping in other people's things that have no effect or impact on you, your beliefs, your surroundings, your family, or whatever, right? We're giving the example of just some guys shooting dice, all right? Mind your business. Don't be a tattletale. But if you decided to tattletale on the guy shooting dice, you're not a snitch. You're just one of these.